Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Hello.
グナーダークさん。Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
ジミー・ランドリーさん。
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
こんばんは。作曲家の和田貴史でございます。本日はですね、こちらゼンハイザーの HD480 プロ、先日取り上げましたけれども、こちらのヘッドホン私本当に興奮して取り上げていましたが、今回ですね、ゼンハイザーのプロダクトグローバルマーケティングのジミー・ランドリーさん、そしてシニアプロダクトマネージャーのグナーダークスさんにインタビューする機会を設けることができましたので、その様子をお伝えしようと思います。いや本当今回ですね、この HD480 プロ発表の当時から私もこのレビュー動画を作らせていただきまして、最初本当になんかまあ普通に順当にいい密閉型が出たなって思ったんですけど、結構使っていくたびにですね、相当いいリファレンスになるヘッドホンだなということが分かってきて、それで今回このお二方が来日するということで、いろいろお話を聞いてみたいと思いまして、こういう運びになりました。それでは早速インタビューの様子をどうぞご覧ください。というわけで本日はですね、ゼンハイザージャパンさんにお伺いしております。というわけでですね、今日のゲストグナーダークスさん、そしてジミー・ランドリーさん、お二方にインタビューしたいと思います。はじめまして、よろしくお願いします。先日ですね、HD480 の動画も撮らせていただきまして、すごく私はテンション上がってしまいまして、でこの日本に来日されるということだったので、この機会をいただきました。すごくもうテンション上がりすぎてしまって、ちょっとなかなか冷静にこのヘッドホンの評価ができなくなってきたなと思ったので、いろんな方にいろいろ情報を聞いてきましたので、いろいろお話を聞かせていただければと思います。
Wonderful. Great pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. ジミー・ランドリーさんはマーケティングということで。
Correct. Yep. Global marketing for the music industry products.
なるほど。音楽業界ということは他の部門もあるという感じ。
Right. I cover a lot of the products that are headphones, microphones, and wireless systems that would be sold to our retail partners. So instead of we have a couple different sides of the business where we have project side business like integrators or people that install. That's not what I market to. I specifically work on things that are sold in the major retail outlets.
天井マイクとかそういう
こういうのも、こういう天井のマイクとかも。
Correct, yeah. But we also have like large wireless systems that may be installed into churches or things like that. That's not the marketing that I do. I specifically work with a lot of the customers that would purchase our products at a Toman or a major retailer.
じゃあ世界もう全部ということですね。
Yes, I work globally with different teams, so it's my responsibility along with others as well. But yes, I drive that core function.
素晴らしいですね。ありがとうございます。そしてですね、グナーダークスさん、はヘッドホンの開発の方の担当ということですよね。
Yes, so I'm Sennheiser's product manager for our professional headphones and in-ears, and I also do a little bit of work with our wired mics. And I'm in charge of the development team that now came up with the
なるほ
480.
ど。じゃあマイクも担当されてるんですね。
Yes, but that's not my main responsibility, but also working on some of our wired microphones.
じゃあ今回この480の前に490も出ましたけれども、490も作られたということですか？
Yes, so these two products are sister products, and we developed them with one and the other in mind.
そうなんですね。最初からじゃあこの2つ出る予定だったという。
Yes, when we developed the 490, we foresaw a platform of products that should be able to target multiple users and multiple use cases. We were not sure if people would ask for a closed-back headphone afterwards, but if they would, we wanted to be able to do so. And we are very happy about the success of the 490, and that's why we also came up with the 480.
そういうことだったんですね。ここでちょっといろいろ私もお聞きしたいと思うんですけれども、490をまずそもそも作った時のそのスタート、動機というかどういった経緯で490が生まれたのかというのをちょっとお伺いしたいんですけれども。
When we started with the 490, we wanted to develop a high-end reference headphone, a product that is used within our professional community that's made for high-end mixing and mastering purposes. And that was really the goal where we started to investigate and that where we saw room for improvements compared to our competitors.
じゃあこの490プロというのは一応このプロフェッショナルなモデルとしてはハイエンドというふうに考えて作っているということですかね。
Yes. Giving the reasonable price point, of course. So we want to develop a reference tool that everybody can use as their best-in-class headphone. And in order to be comparable in what you're doing with your work, you need a product that also others can afford. And I think that this product is really the best product in its price range.
ああ、そういうことだったんですね。じゃあこのスタートとしては490も480ももともと同時にこうスタートしていて、先に出たのが490プロということですよね。
Yes, so 490 came first, and we made sure that when we came up with the 490, we had the option to also do the sister product of a closed-back model. But we were not sure if we would do it in the beginning, depending on the success of the first product that we were doing. And then we saw that this product was really successful and that people asked for a closed-back model of the open back, and we were very happy that then we were able to come up with the thing that people asked us to do.
ああ、そういうことだったんですね。なるほど。いろいろこうつながってきました。私の中でも。そしたら480プロについてちょっとここからお伺いしていきたいんですけれども、490は私の中でもすごくいいヘッドホンで、もう誰にでもおすすめできる、もう自信持って勧められるものだなと思っていて、でそこから480プロ開放型があったところから、密閉もあったらいいよねっていうなんか自然な流れとして私も受け入れられたというか、でただこの密閉型というものがどういった用途に向けて作られているのかというのをこの開発段階では主にそのレコーディングなのかとか制作、作業をする人向けなのかというのがどっちなんでしょうかというところをお聞きしたいなと。
So when we came up with the 490, we specifically targeted producing, mixing, mastering engineers. But there are some other use cases where you cannot really use an open back headphone, and that's what the closed back headphone with all its versatility is made for. So we did not only target recording specialists, so every environment where you want to record something with a microphone, you do not want to have the bleeding from your headphone inside the microphone. And on the other hand, there are also many noisy environments where you do not want to be disturbed by others and do not want to disturb others. So everywhere where you are on the go, where you work at home, where you do not want to disturb your kid sleeping next door, where you work in a living room or on a train, for example, are, I think, good examples where you can make good use of such kind of product working professionally without being interfered by others.
なるほど。そうですよね。やっぱり私も同じことを思っていました。490プロを使って音はいいけどこの音のまま密閉だったらいいのになっていうのは多分私含めたくさんいたと思います。
Yes, exactly. And I think that allows you to handle the complexities in the environments that you're working in and also handle the complexities of sounds that you're dealing with.
ここはマーケティング的にも結構やはり要望が多かったところですか？
Yeah, definitely. Especially just because of the versatility of this headphone now. So to Gunnar's point, I mean, I think it's probably the same in Japan as it is in the United States and in Europe where people are making music in all different environments now. They're not just in a big studio, they're at home, maybe they're on a train in a hotel room. People are tracking vocals all over the place in different environments now, and I think this headphone really solves that problem. I'm sure even with yourself as a composer, it's sometimes there's a need for you even probably to listen to music outside of your studio. You need to be somewhere, so you have to wear the headphones when you're on a train, or you need to check music someplace else, and that's what these are really good for.
もうまさにそういう感じで、私最近自分の立派なスタジオがあるんですけど、そこでだけの作業じゃなくてカフェに行ってる時にちょっとチェックしたりとか、制作ってほどのことはしないけれども、その音を聞かなきゃいけないシーンとかも結構あったりするので、まさに本当にそういうことが起きてました。
And the consistency is really where it comes in, because when you're in your studio, and you have that sound in your studio, and then you can take that production and bring it to another place and get out of your studio for an hour to refresh in a cafe or something, and you have the consistency of that sound. It's very helpful, and it solves that need and that problem for musicians and for music creators and audio professionals.
いやもうまさにおっしゃる通りだなと思いました。外で仕事するっていうとどうしても忙しすぎる、そういうなんかハードワークをしてるみたいに思われちゃうこともあるんですけど、実際そうじゃなくてやっぱりこういうクリエイティブな仕事する人ってリラックスして仕事するのが大事だったりするので、どこでもその音が持ち出せるっていうのは本当に革命的だと思います。
Yes, definitely. Yep, I agree. And the comfort part of it is a big part of it as well, just because, you know, nowadays, I mean, I'm sure yourself, you could be on headphones for 5 to 10 hours at a time if you have something critical that you need to be on for, and that's really what the comfort part of these is really also, you know, we've talked about it so many times, is just that level of comfort that you have with these headphones is like no other headphones on the market. So once you have them on and you can use them for hours and hours at a time without your jaw hurting, you know, I'm sure you've had ear fatigue before where your jaw starts to ache right here, and these really eliminate all those pain points on your head.
そうですね。いやこの深さが結構あって、でこのちゃんとその何ですか、手前と奥で高さも違って、こう耳に装着した時に適正なポジションにすぐつくっていうのがすごいいいなと思ったんですよね。
Yep. And another important part of that is the trajectory and the direction of how the sound comes out of the driver, and I think Gunnar, you could probably speak to that better than I can, but the direction is very consistent with your ear. So when you wear the headphone, even if it's sometimes you put a headphone on and you slightly move a little bit, it's going to be a different sound. With these, the fit is so good that you have a consistent sound going into your ear canal.
ああ、そうだったんですね。ヘッドホンによっては、人によってもその聞こえ方が結構みんなバラバラで、自分の思ってる感想と人が思ってる感想が違うことが多かったんで、なんでだろうなって思ってたんですけどね。でもこれ聞くともう本当に毎回安定して聞けるのですごく感動しました。
There is.
Yeah, we build those to be as consistent as possible, and that's true for different head sizes as well as the individual listening experience. So with different head sizes, the headphone will always have the same headband pressure, so the same level of comfort. And the shape of the earpads for that is also very important, so that the headphone sits on the same way on the head every time, and the shape of the earpads is really important for that. So the oval shape makes sure that it stays on the ear in the same time and the same place every time. When it's round, it's more difficult to have it in the same shape. So it fits the shape of the ear very well, and for that is reproducible in its sound reproduction.
なるほど。じゃあこれ私すごい素人なんで分かんないんですけど、耳の大きさって、だいたいこの大きい人でもこれに収まるぐらいな大きさになってるっていうことなんですかね。
That's the goal, of course, yes. Of course, ears are very individual, and for sure there will be some persons who have some contact with the headphone, but the goal would be that the ears fit inside of the headphone, so it's very comfortable for the people and very reproducible in terms of sound.
いや私がちょっと耳が小さい方だったので、結構人と違う音聞いてるのかなっていつも心配になることがあったんですよね。
Yes, it's very individual what you're hearing, and it's also something that on one hand is shaped for you as being an individual person, but also something that you can learn. So learn what to listen to into music, learn how to listen into complexity is another part of the whole story. So people learn how to listen to music and to sounds, and they're able to hear details they're not able to hear when they start their career. It's about the perception of what they hear from the headphone. So one thing that important is that the headphone itself tries to be as similar for individual people, so individual head sizes, individual ears, and that the sound then is the same for different people. And the second topic is that every person can also learn how to hear more into details, more into depths, and that the headphone helps in that journey.
すごくよくわかりました。私もこれ音の傾向は他のヘッドホンと違うところはこうあったりするんですけれども、もうなんか自信を持ってこれを聞いてもう耳を鍛えた方がいいっておすすめできる気がしました。
Yeah, there are different levels of what headphones are capable to reproduce, and there are a lot of details in this headphone, and then it helps you to develop the possibility to handle the complexity in what's going on with the sound signatures, and that is a development in a journey that everyone for sure prolongs in their professional career.
ありがとうございます。そしたらですね、このヘッドホンのモノ時代の作りというのがすごいいいというのが分かったんですけれども、ヘッドホンって昔からある密閉型のヘッドホンというのは結構共振があったり、この低音がこうハウジングの中で溜まっちゃったりとかっていうことで膨らみがあったり、なんかどっか変なピークがあったりっていうのがあったと思うんですね。私はそういうふうに感じてたんですけれども、そういうのがすごく少なくて、すごくナチュラルにフラットに感じました。
Yes, that's indeed the case, and we put very many thoughts on how to do it. The headphone, as I said, is like more or less the same for many different people, resulting in a very high level of comfort. So the earpads seal off the ears very well, and normally headphones do not manage to do that very good. And then you get leakage from inside the headphone, out of the headphone, resulting in some loss of the lower part of the frequencies. And normally companies compensate for that by boosting the low ends a little bit. And that's what many people expect when they try close-back headphones. But there was no reason for us to do so, and we had very many room for improving the audio because of our good level of comfort that we had. And that results in more detailed audio that we were able to achieve with this.
To add to that, just to say, from these headphones, one of the differentiators, one of the things that makes these different really is the clarity on the low end. You as a composer, you know the most important frequencies between 50 hertz and 500, or even 250. Like, you have to get that low end clear, or else the rest of the mix falls apart. It's like you really have to get that low end right, and these headphones for closed backs really do a good job at exposing those low end frequencies in a true way, in a clear way, in an honest way, so you can make better mixing decisions on that low end, because it's super important. A lot of headphones, they're good on the low end, but they're not great on the low end for closed backs, and it's a lot more difficult to make a really good mix when your low end is off.
そうですよね。私も聞いて思ったのが、この低音が密閉型でこのクリーンな低音が出せるっていうのはどうしてなんだろうなってことはすごくお伺いしたいことの一つでした。
Right, yeah. A lot went into it, and Gunnar can speak more to it just on the absolute development side from the acoustic team. But a lot of it really has to do with how all the parts work together on the inside, the quality of the parts, the materials of what goes into making those, and how they all work together. I think was a big part of how the team brought that all together.
じゃあアナログなものとしてその DSP とかも一切使わずに EQ とかではなく、この回路とかその素材とかそういったものだけで音作りをしているということなんですよね。
Yes, exactly. So we want a frequency response curve that is as neutral and honest as possible. And with a DSP, for example, you're messing with some sort of algorithm with the audio. And this is a passive headphone where we deal with all of the frequencies and resonances inside the headphone in a mechanical way. And there are different aspects to that that really count into how we reduce this kind of reflections that we get inside the headphone. So for example, we have materials that somehow vibrate when they get the sound to it. These sound waves put the whole thing into vibrations, into resonance. And we really focused on how to reduce that as much as possible. And that's true in terms of the materials that we're using, the type of materials, the surfaces that we use, and also how to put this structure in a way that we really reduce these kind of unwanted noises. And when we get this whole, let's say, ground noise of resonances inside the headphone to a very low level, then you can hear the sounds that you want to hear way more clearly and way more pure in a way, and that results in this really easy to separate sound that you're listening to into the headphones.
すごいですね。もうこういう素材とかで全部じゃあ音作りしているということで、今回はこのイヤーパッドはもう一つでも決めて出したということですね。
Yes, correct. But nevertheless, the condition of the earpad, for example, stays on the same level of importance. So I would encourage everyone when they use headphones to use the headphones in good condition to really perceive the quality that was built into it.
なるほどなるほど。結構潰れて使っている人もいますもんね。
Exactly, yes.
ですよね。
Yeah.
わかりました。ありがとうございます。そしたらですね、難しいこと聞いてしまうかもしれないんですけど、先ほどもちょっと出たんですが、ヘッドホンの聞こえ方って人によって全然違うと思うんですけど、ゼンハイザーさんはこのヘッドホンを作る開発する上でドライバーとかこういう物理的な科学的なデータの他にもこういう人間が聞いた時のこういうふうに聞こえましたっていうそういうようなデータっていうのもいろいろたくさん取ったりしてるんですか
？Yes, I think that's a very interesting question in terms of the philosophy, how we approach the overall development. And of course, we start with an idea of what we want to do, but for us, it's even more important what kind of feedback we get on our prototypes. When we started, we did a very big survey and also analyzed products that are already in the market. And based on those insights, we then built our first prototypes, and we took the prototypes to very many people and got feedback on the prototype, and then developed from there and according to that feedback. So the feedback from the people, from the high-end professionals that we've talked to, was more important than the idea and the measurement results that we had.
I think it's also important to note that it wasn't just the United States or Europe. I mean, we did this globally. Like Gunnar literally toured all over the place. So it was people from different countries, people from different regions, very diverse and high-level producers and mixing engineers, and also mid-level and even some lower people who just started as well. We wanted to really get feedback from a lot of different types of users.
そうですよね。やっぱり私も気になってたのが、この初心者の人が聞いてる音の感覚、捉え方とプロでやってる人の捉え方っていうのは全然違うと思うので、プロラインとなるとやっぱりプロの人たちがどう聞いてるのかっていうシビアな感想というのを、きっと捉えてるということですね。
Absolutely.
Exactly.
はい、ありがとうございます。そしたらですね、最後にちょっと、これなかなか答えられないことなんじゃないかなと思うんですけど、プロラインというかプロフェッショナルラインのヘッドホンというのは今この480、490でかなり完成されてると思うんですけど、まだこれからもいろんなものを作ろうという予定というかそういうのはあるんですか
？Yeah, so the world is very complex and it's still evolving, and we never know for sure what the future might bring. I agree that on this price point, we are in a very mature state, also giving the experts that we have in our development and the expertise that they developed and gathered over the years. But for sure there are also some other technologies which might open up some opportunities that we might go into. If we do so, is still an unanswered question that we will find out in the future.
ありがとうございます。じゃあゼンハイザーさんはまだまだこれ一つ完成形到達したというところだけれども、これからも研究が進んでいけば可能性があるということですね。
Yes, you never can be sure, and I think we are confident with the solution that we have, but who knows the future, and let's see if there are better ideas evolving, and if there are some things we learn in our continuous talking to end users, and we're always open for feedback. So when we learn and understand that there is a way to improve this, be sure we will improve on it.
じゃあぜひ私もいろいろフィードバックしていきたいと思うので私も 参加させてください。
Yes, yes, please.
今日は長い時間ありがとうございました。多分これ番組見てらっしゃる方もすごく興味深い内容だったと思いますので、はい、これからもよろしくお願いします。
Thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Very much. Thank you.
はい、というわけでいかがだったでしょうか。このお話を聞くとより一層ですね、この HD480 Pro がリファレンスとしてよくできているかということがなんかすごく納得するなという気がしませんか。これ一度やっぱり使っていただくと分かるんですけど、このハウジングとイヤーパッド含めですね、本当によくできてる。これレコーディング用のモニターはもちろんなんですけど、私はやっぱり自分の制作のヘッドホン、音を出してはいけないところで使うヘッドホンといった面で言うと、本当にこの密閉型のヘッドホンでこのヘッドホンが出てきたっていうのがすごく嬉しくて、何よりもやっぱりこのインタビューの中にも出てきたんですけれども、これでもう耳を鍛える、これがリファレンスなんだって信じて耳を鍛えるっていうのがすごくいいんじゃないかなってすごく思ってるんですよね。なので密閉型ヘッドホンとしては私はこれでどんどん耳を慣らしていきたいなと思っております。というわけで本日もご視聴ありがとうございました。